Hello, I'm Matt Reynolds, editor of Packaging the World magazine, here at the Home Office with another episode of Technology Minute. Brands and CPGs are constantly asking themselves, how does our packaging impact the environment? Today we'll be looking at flexible packaging's role in the circular economy. With me is Ken Brunbauer, marketing manager at Glenroy, and Evan Arnold, Glenroy's VP of Business Development. Ken and Evan, can you help listeners understand what flexible packaging's role in the circular economy means to you?
Thanks, Matt. This is Ken Brunbauer, marketing manager at Glenroy, and just appreciate your time to be talking with you today. And yeah, the role of flexible packaging in the circular economy definitely is a popular topic. We all are trying to find ways to be kinder to our environment, and when you look at flexible packaging itself, just the way it's built and its structure, it's just inherently more sustainable and better for the environment in a number of different ways. When you look at how it's produced, it uses less water during the manufacturing process. When it's being transported, it's lighter, so it allows vehicles to use and emit less greenhouse gas emissions and use less fuel. And then when you look at end of life, even when you compare flexible packaging to the recycle rates for rigid plastics to glass, the flexible packaging has such a lower amount of plastic already going into it that there's less waste that is actually used and put into landfills at the end of life. So that's what we mean when we talk about the circular economy. It's not just looking at one aspect, it's looking at all of those different things as a whole.
Yeah, and Matt, I totally agree with Ken. Flexible packaging is inherently more sustainable than a lot of other options out there. The challenge we face with this waste issue is working on really what is that cross collaboration across the industry, and how can we help society find opportunities for this waste. So a lot of the work that FPA is doing along with the Association of Plastic Recyclers and partnering with MRFs around the country to understand how to tackle and separate, collect, and utilize flexible packaging waste is going to be the next biggest challenge and the final piece to that circular economy. There's some extremely positive things going on across with that cross collaboration. We should see a lot of advancement within that over the next year or two. It's a very exciting time, and the opportunities are truly endless on how we can look at this from a circular economy and get this to work within the current supply chain and collection that is out there.
That's great, and you want to address the global waste challenge as an active participant in the circular economy. As a flexible packaging manufacturer, what are you doing specifically to address the issue?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Great question. Um, Flexible packaging in general is typically a very complex structure, adding protection and barrier to many products. And by doing that, you usually use a multi-layer film structures to hold that product and protect it. And some of the newest innovations that we're launching, along with the industry, are store drop-off pouches and giving those to consumer brands with the right amount of barrier to protect their products and get it to people safely, and then allowing already a recycling stream through the store drop off program that allows that material to be reutilized. We're also launching post consumer resin pouches that utilize films that have been rebuilt through the post consumer resin process. And we're looking at how we can lead the industry in some brand new innovations coming. Specifically, we're working with the FPA and the APR to understand a lot of these new testing guidelines for recycling and how our new recyclable and innovative films can fit within that cycle. The goal again is to just continue to bring that barrier and protection to the products that we love and trust and use, while still fitting in with the circular economy that's really starting to take shape now.
So yeah, that was a really great question, Matt. And to build off what Evan was just saying is, focusing on our packaging and how we're helping within that circular economy is one way we're doing that. But as an organization as a whole, we want to look at it again as holistic as we can. So even throughout our manufacturing processes, we're trying to figure out ways that we can help the environment and contribute to a better, cleaner environment and a better view on the circular economy. So you look back through our history for the last 30 years, our manufacturing processes have captured nearly 98% of all volatile organic compounds that could have gone into the environment. We've put in energy efficient lighting to help reduce our energy usage by over 26%. And then just in the production process itself, we continue to capture our scrap and other materials that could potentially end up in the waste stream, and we've gathered all of those. We've captured those. In when we look at how much we recycle through our manufacturing processes, we're actually keeping about 3 million pounds of material out of landfills, putting it back into that recycling stream so that it can go into other products, whether it's the PCR content structures that Evan was talking about, or just be recycled in other means so that it doesn't end up just in the waste stream. It ends up being reused to a new purpose after it's done in our manufacturing processes. So from packaging that we make and we provide to our customers to what we do in the manufacturing process, we try to be as environmentally conscious as possible.
Thanks, Ken and Evan. Sustainable, flexible packaging seems to be a popular topic today. As an innovator in the industry, do you see this trend continuing?
Yes, Matt, that's a great question. And absolutely, of course, it continues to be what consumers are asking for and what we all need actually within this society, that we need to keep our finger on the pulse for how this trend continues. But there are markets that just can't be protected with current sustainable materials. So it's about kind of bridging that gap, innovating on what recycling streams are today while continuing to find new ways to recycle this material and helping support those. And a lot of that, again, happens through cross collaboration within the industry, but also continuing to educate the consumers and consumer brand companies about the new steps that flexible packaging is taking to be as recyclable as possible.
And, and yes, as Evan is talking about, we continue to look back at what we can do that helps the environment, and you look at all those different streams and different ways we can do that. The beauty of flexible packaging is there really isn't a wrong decision that a brand or a manufacturer can make, because it's just the inherent sustainable and environmentally friendly aspects of flexible packaging is something that is a way that people can see true benefits to the environment when they use it. And I mentioned a number of different ways earlier in the first question that you asked, Matt, and you also look at not only just the structure itself being able to provide environmental benefits, but even just helping eliminate food waste. When you look at flexible packaging, allowing people to get more product out of the packaging, we're contributing to the circular economy that way. So that's the beauty of the flexible packaging, is there really isn't a wrong choice that a manufacturer or brand owner can make.